So we are still many months and months away from actually getting an iOS 17 update. But as I mentioned for a long period of time, and basically all these rumors or what they're suggesting is that iOS 17 is probably not going to be a big, massive update, which is kind of unfortunate because I kind of thought iOS 17 was going to be a pretty big update, but it's looking like it's not going to be the case. However, I do think this could be a very important update, and it could change a lot of things and a lot of perspectives on what everybody thinks about with an iPhone. So the first thing I want to state is this as a whole, from based off all the leaks and rumors, they're stating that it's going to be a very focused update for bug fixes and stability and improvement within the whole entire iOS ecosystem. So what that means is basically all the bug issues we're having, all those stability issues people are having too, whether you have an iPhone 14 Pro or an iPhone 10, those issues should theoretically be addressed and or fixed within this update. And I think that's totally okay. With an update like iOS 16, it seems like Apple kind of didn't really focus too much on this update, and I feel like they could have honestly done a little bit of a better job within it as well. So that kind of puts us in a very interesting spot. So because of that, if they were to go and push out another massive update, I don't think people would be happy about it either, because mostly maybe they'll be happy about the features, but then they'll be unhappy about the stability of it. If we look back at an update like iOS 12, after a massive update like iOS 11, Apple needed an iOS 12 update to fix things out, and I think that was a pretty good stopping point for the 5S and the 6. Now with the iPhone, 8 Plus and iPhone 10, I find a hard time to believe that Apple would discontinue those iPhones on iOS 16. So one big advantage is that we could still theoretically be seeing those iPhones still supported on, iOS 17, which would be awesome. So that could, lengthen the lifespan of those specific iPhones as well, which I think is really cool. But this brings me to some of the other features that could be brought into iOS 17. So Apple has been stuck in a very weird spot with a couple different regulations. For one, Apple has been, pretty much forced to use USB-C on their iPhones. And two, I think Apple is probably going to allow some sort of side-loading applications or installing third-party apps on our iPhones. So those types of things could actually end up coming in iOS 17. We saw with iOS 16, Apple actually started kind of laying the groundwork with adding this developer mode option. I think with iOS 17, Apple could, do a little bit more in that direction, and they might actually end up changing some things with that and probably giving us full-on sideloading, giving us the ability of sideloading apps on our iPhones. I kind of do think that could end up happening with iOS 17, and I truly do think it could probably end up, if it is supported on all those iPhones, think about all the iPhones that could have that ability. It's pretty crazy. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.